Hello, and welcome to what I hope to be a long series of videos of rewatch episodes of shows that I've already seen in the past. Specifically, this episode, regular show. And the episode that we're going to be watching today, I will be rewatching, is The Power. So, let's give a little bit of backstory on this. So, it was animated and directed by Robert Alvarez and Brian Sheasley. Hopefully, I said that right. And written and storyboarded by J.G. Quintel. And the original air date was September 6th, 2010. So it's been almost 13 years since the first episode came out. It's kind of crazy to hear. And a funny story, personally, before I start this rewatch, the first time I watched this episode was at work. Don't worry, I wasn't stealing. I wasn't stealing time. My boss actually pulled us to the side in the middle of a workday. I worked in construction, by the way, at that time, and he pulled me to the side with another coworker and had us watch it. Can't remember if I watched the entire episode that day or not, but either way, I watched the episode so many times after that, I got hooked. So it's an interesting introduction for me personally to get into this show, and I remember that day very fondly. Okay, now let's get into this work of art. Okay.
All right, beef burrito. I'm gonna give you
Classic.
one more chance to take back what you said about my mom. I'll kill you!
Okay, quickly. Beef Burrito, the wrestling doll that they're fighting. I've actually thought about doing a theory video on what Beef Burrito actually said about Rigby's mom. Just a little weird, funny thing.
Oh, you want us to put the hurt on you? I think he wants me to put the hurt on him.
I think he wants you to put the hurt on him.
You think he wants me to put the hurt on him?
Yes, I do.
Ah!
I believe this was actually the start of Mordecai and Rigby's financial troubles. I made a theory video about this, is that I believe that they're being forced to pay for all this damage that they do to the house, to the park. I think this is where it started. Truthfully, I think this is why they don't ever have money. But anyway.
Yeah, but now there's a big hole in the wall. Dude, we're 23 years old. We shouldn't be busting holes in walls. We're gonna get fired for this.
You mean you're gonna get fired for this?
What?
You're the one.
I don't know why it was always finding me, but we're 23 years old. We shouldn't be busting holes in walls. I don't know why, but that like always sticks in my brain. Every time I hear it, it makes me laugh. It doesn't matter how many times I watch it.
You threw me too hard, you hole.
Don't call me a hole. You're the hole. I don't know, dude. How's that gonna get us?
So what's funny about that is if they didn't already know, that was their first clue that that park has something going on, because a wizard that's whizzing walks through the park and just takes a whiz, but he's got a magic keyboard. And that should have been their first clue that the rest of their career at that park was going to be real messed up. Anyway.
You know, I've always wanted to date a girl named The Power.
The power?
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
So why did
Cool.
I don't know what the writers were. I don't know what J.G. Quintel was thinking, or anybody who wrote on this show, but why would he want to date a girl named The Power? What kind of girl out there, and maybe a Viking woman or something, I have no idea, is named The Power? I always question that. I don't know. It's a good question to have. Also, side note, why didn't they just use the power, the thing that's like a magical keyboard that can grant them whatever they want, I guess, to fix the wall. I don't know. They didn't think about it. Obviously, I won't think about it when I didn't think about it when I first watched this episode, but I think about it now. Either way, it didn't happen that way. Let's continue.
Good show. Jolly good show. A pay increase. Yes, yes, of course. Just let me get my billfold. Butterscotch ripple.
The first time I saw that he pulled lollipops out of his wallet, um, it made me question a lot of things about what was going on in the show. I mean, not already with the wizard that was peeing in the middle of a park, and starts off with them wrestling a doll, and they're 23 years old, and they're wrestling dolls, and that's fine, whatever. But then I guess, which I didn't know at the time, a lollipop um, type being known as Pops pays people with lollipops, and specifically butterscotch ripple, which is, the most expensive of all lollipops.
Hey, Vincent! 5, 6, 7, 8.
What are you doing?
Give us a raise, loser!
You guys shouldn't be doing what you just did.
What? The flying or the hole?
What hole?
First of all, some people didn't know this. I actually kind of pointed out in one video, but Skips is Mark Hamill. That's Luke Skywalker, or the Joker, what's known in like lots of different cartoons and video games and stuff like that. That's the Joker. That's Luke Skywalker. That's who Skips is played by. I'm sure a lot of people do know that, but there was a few that didn't. So just wanted to point that out.
5, 6, 7, 8. Using the power in your face, sending you back to your place. Don't look at our crotches while we synchronize our watches. Boop, 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 boop. Beep, 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 beep. Synchronized.
Go away, Skips. It's time for you to go away.
It's time for
right,
you
two
to
things
go
about this
to
scene.
your room.
Yes.
This is when you know that Mordecai and Rigby are always going to come up with amazing songs, and that's how it's going to be. And second thing, that shirt thing that they do, I don't know how it's done. Like, I've tried it, and it's just like I can't get the sync. I can't sync it right. I can't do it. I talked to somebody, actually my boss, that showed me this episode. He thought it was hilarious because it's something that he used to do as a kid. I don't know how to do it. I haven't really attempted it very hard. Like, I haven't tried very hard, but it's just always blown my mind. It's a trick with their shirt that I just can't do. But anyway, either way, 2 points I thought about this part, the scene.
So what do we do? Don't worry, we got it. Take us to the moon, take us to the moon. Whoa! Won't you take us to the moon?
If there was ever a reason to fire Mordecai and Rigby, it would be because of this. I mean, the first episode alone, they should have been gone because they conned Benson out of $20 each. They conned innocent Pops out of Butterscotch Ripple. And then they also sent Skips to the moon, which is, one of the worst and most ridiculous things you can do to somebody is you send them to outer space against their will, and there's no way of getting back. So just from the first episode, why do they still have jobs? Maybe there's a bigger reason why they still have jobs. I think there's more to it. Anyway, theory later. All right, so ham boning is, when I first saw this, that was hilarious. I never even heard of it before, but it's like used so much in jokes and stuff now that I've heard and that my friends have said and stuff like that. That I just hear it too much. I don't even think it's as funny as much as it used to be, which is fine. It's still great in this episode. Not downing this episode. This is a great episode. It's a classic. But I just want to point that out. So, a great episode from beginning to end. And what's funny, and I always have loved it, is for some reason, even though they broke a hole in the wall, and then when they landed, they shattered the rest of the drywall off, there's for some reason a circle that completes the old hole. I don't know why, but it's amazing and I love it because it just still shows that they caused that problem and they still have to fix it. But now they got to fix that hole and the rest of the wall. But anyway, this was a breakdown of the first episode. Not really explaining everything, but kind of giving my thoughts and kind of just like telling some funny stories along the way, telling some personal stories about regular show along the way, and just kind of just giving my general thoughts on this episode. If you like this episode of the show, the rewatch episode, um, please subscribe. Please come back and watch more episodes. I plan on doing, if not every episode in the series, I'll do some important episodes, some really funny episodes, some episodes where I think it really made the series. So please, if you like this, continue to join me. Um, Also, please check out my other theory videos. I have multiple theories on this show, and I have more theories to come as well. And along with that, if you're into really ridiculous robot chicken style content, I have another channel called Action Figure Conversations. I just started it. It's just me making up stupid conversations between action figures that shouldn't happen. You know, like between Star Trek and Batman. Shouldn't happen, but it does on that channel. So please, if you like this channel and you like that other channel, please consider subscribing and watching the videos. Thank you very much.